So yeah, if we're talking Kamala Harris, I guess it's. I mean, everyone kind of knew it was going to be Susan Rice or Kamala Harris. Everyone recently there had come up a lot of things had come up, like Susan Rice had, you know, over $500,000 investment in Keystone Pipeline, stuff like that. And I'm not sure if that was a last minute negative. I still kind of think there was probably an internal war between like the Obamas and the Clintons or something like that. And since Clinton pretty much funded the DNC for the past so many years, I think that she won, basically, you know.
I mean, you've been pretty
So we
much
have
on.
a puppet. We got a puppet
You've
in
been on target, Jim, with your predictions. So I think you said I was like Susan Rice, and you were like, no, Kamala Harris because Hillary's behind her and everything, and lo and
right.
behold, you're right.
Yeah, I kind of thought it could have gone either way between the two of them, but I had heard just enough negative stuff like that. There was investment kind of concerns and things like that that seemed like it was, swinging it that way. But yeah, so I don't really have a lot to say about it. I think everyone's just kind of appalled. We have like when we have, um, you know, justice and racial justice and war on drugs and things like this are front and center in people's minds. We have the guy that wrote the crime bill and a super cop as our team. So it's kind of really bizarre. It goes back to the thing that you were saying, Steve, but whether or not, yeah, are they really trying to win? I mean, is the idea that it's easier not to be in power, you know? But
Well, I think that it's just the Democratic Party once again showing that they are not democratic, the irony in their name,
yeah,
because Kamala was the one that they had chosen from the beginning, and now they're going to get their candidate. They saw that her vehicle was off to the side with, like, all four tires, right?
right,
It was an abomination what her campaign actually turned out to be, because after all the money that was pushed into her campaign, and then for her to just flop the way that she did, which is almost like maybe it was done on purpose that she got out when she did, that way she wouldn't really have to have, because right now what they're saying is that how could Joe Biden pick her after, she pretty much called him a racist and all this kind of stuff.
yeah.
So, but there isn't much other ammunition that they can throw at them. You know what I'm saying? So this way it kind of left it so that she was clean. She could be a VP candidate and it wouldn't be seen as like, where did this even come from? It's like if, I don't know, like Obama and Hillary would have been, on the same ticket. It would have been weird because they went at each other pretty hard.
I'm
Right.
just surprised that he picked such, or that whoever picked it for him picked such a weak, figure. Obviously, she had done so poorly in primaries and wasn't even going to win in her own state. I mean, this is like the weakest possible.
Steve, but are you okay? When you say that you're surprised by this,
Well,
are you being sarcastic or are you
yes,
serious?
yes, because obviously they could have. Well, I thought like maybe they would pick somebody like Tammy Duckworth or somebody who like had some appeal
Yeah, okay.
outside of like the main, the corporate wing,
Uh-huh.
which is basically the whole party. Um, and then I was, I was kind of hoping against hope, but not really. And then I wasn't surprised when the inevitable happened.
So, yeah, I agree. I agree with Daisy's analysis that in the beginning it was going to be all Kamala. Like basically, she inherited some of Hillary's people at the was it the Center for American Security, right, and all that kind of
Center
stuff.
for American Progress.
No, but there's also a Center for American Security. It's
Oh,
something with,
really?
and yeah, that has like a whole bunch of other warmongers and so forth. Yeah, we'll look it up. We'll put the link below. But and what happened is, and that's why she was allowed to go after Biden that hard. She was going to be the one, and she was going to be, the black woman racial justice candidate. So now then, obviously she fell completely apart. They had to get her out before she got devastated in California, because that's thoroughly embarrassing, like what happened to Warren in Massachusetts. And and so now they're going to have to double down twice as hard on Trump derangement syndrome and Russia stuff, because they've got these weird, it's really hard to say that Kamala makes sense in any way. I do want to say one quick other thing. Kim Iverson had a interesting point that if she were to, if Biden were to drop out like just after the second year, Kamala would actually get to serve out that term, so 2 more years, and then be president for 2 more full terms.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, so that's kind of a danger, whether or not the parties start playing that game all the time, put in a puppet that they can yank back at the last minute and continue ruling for longer.
My question is that, so is the facade not like, are we still pretending like this is a democracy and that, people's, voices actually matter, like what the people actually want actually matters? Is that even a thing anymore?
Well,
I don't even think they care about like the veneer anymore. It's just like, no, listen, this is what we want. You're going to take it. This is the pile of shit that you're going to get, and you're going to like it.
I still can't get past the Epstein stuff, that there's that picture that Maxwell, after she was known to be a predator monster, was at Chelsea's wedding. They invited her. Chelsea and family members went on vacation with Maxwell after that time. And all the recent stuff shows that at least a couple people put Clinton on the island, and also a lot of rapes and things happened on the airline, and he was on that 20-something times. And I can't believe they have major speaking roles. They're still the royal family of the Democrat Party. I can't understand that. I just can't get it. People are just blocking reality completely. It's so bizarre.
Well, most people don't dig beneath the surface, So I think they'll pull it off this time, or who knows? I mean, Trump may pull it off this time, but either one of those two parties is going to. I mean, one of those. Obviously, one of them is going to win, right? So nothing's really going to change. But I get these ads. I read on my iPad at night, and like Chuck Schumer pops up saying,
"Yes,
I'm raising money." Like,
yes.
I mean, like he's like the vacuum cleaner salesman who shows up at your front door. It's like, oh no, please go away. It's just like he's showing up. Nancy Pelosi's showing up, like asking for money. At least they could get somebody younger or somebody like who has a pretense of being, more populist or whatever to ask for money, but they can't even do that. So I think they're in their last throes. I mean, it's a very long, painful death. It's going to go on for a long time, but I think they are going down, and the fact that there are some upstart Democrats, even though like a lot of them are like AOC, they're kind of, they go both ways. But AOC, Obama wouldn't endorse AOC for re-election, for instance. So I mean, there's certain Democrats that they are not happy with because they're going against that. So I think there is upheaval in the party eventually. They're keeping a lid on it for now, but I don't know how long that's going to be able to.
Oh, they're keeping a lid on it by I mean, all the people, Kasich is speaking at the DNC, and Bloomberg, and AOC gets a 60-second pre-recorded.
Right.
Now, I'm not a huge AOC supporter, but a lot of progressives are. Whether we just have differences of opinion about whether or not she actually still supports progressive ideals or whatever like that. But progressives do like her, and they're completely suppressing her. TYT didn't get the press
pass for the convention, right? And no press is getting into the Republican convention. But I mean, Democrats, you'd think of it. Yeah, I mean, because TYT, they're supporting the Justice Democrats, who are mixed bag, I guess. But at least, they're even too far. They're too far left and radical for the mainstream party.
Yeah, that's still my feeling. No matter what I feel about TYT, they still, represent progressives, and progressives still follow them. So, blocking them is a backhand to progressives.